I did swap, talk, shop. 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 Now I did swap, talk, shop. I did swap, talk, shop. I did swap, talk, shop. I did swap, talk, shop.
Artist swap, talk shop with LILg and Duke.
Okay, now we are on Artist Swap Talk Shop. This is episode, what number are we on, Duke? 5?
Should be episode 5, I believe.
Yes, episode 5. We've been
5.
we've been on a break for a little bit, people, and obviously life happens. So we're just trying to figure things out as we're going along.
That's right.
But I believe me and Duke have finally figured everything out, and we're giving it the test run today. And if all this comes out, my friend, we will never have to worry about are we going to miss a recording again. So I'm excited.
Yeah,
How about?
so we should be all good.
Yes, sir. And I'm very excited. I know you are because we, Dr. Dre and that Snoop, woo-wee. Let me fucking tell you, Jesus.
Yeah, since the last time we recorded, we missed a few hip hop acts or hip hop legends came out with new music that we didn't get a chance to talk about. We had Ice Cube drop last week, I believe.
Man down, yes.
And then Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre, they dropped on Friday. So I got a chance to really listen to both of them. Did you get a chance to check them out?
I did the missionary. Is it called
Missionary?
Missionary,
Yep,
yeah.
Missionary.
I did check that one out today, and as I texted you immediately, I was fucking in love because it just reminds you of the fucking music we grew up on.
That's right. And they older, the subject matter is more mature, it's different, but they still sound good.
Absolutely, and they sound phenomenal, man. It's like holy shit.
I listened to the Ice Cube album, and I'm saying, damn, he been doing this since I was what, 5th grade, 6th grade, I guess.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
he still sound good. Nothing is falling off
at all whatsoever.
You got to give all these guys their props, but just having the hunger to even go in the studio and make a 12, 13, 14 song album.
Fuck yeah.
They don't need the money, so it's so much other things that they could be doing. So you just got to give them their props just for getting in the studio and listening to music and riding with beats and writing. You got to tip your hat off to them.
You do. And you know what? I think I told you this maybe like a week and a half ago, and because we were planning on doing a recording, and like I said, life happens, and we love doing this just because we love talking about the music, but obviously this isn't our fucking bread and butter. But last week, a week and a half, I think I told you, I know you really don't listen to like heavier music, but it's like the fucking late 90s all over again, dude. I mean, fucking from hip hop to metal, people are dropping shit, and it's.
But that just lets you know, people they want music that with that feeling.
Yes.
They want that feeling, and not only that, they want substance.
Yeah,
they want
that.
Talking about something.
Yes, they need that. I need that. Like I know you need that.
I definitely. That's why I listen to it. It's that feeling you get from listening to.
And no doubt about
it. From the 90s, the 80s,
no doubt about
the 70s,
it. As soon
even
as
before really hip hop, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and as soon as that CD like kicked off, I was like, "Oh shit, this is about."
Which one are you talking about?
I'm talking about Dre and Snoop's. That
Did
CD,
you listen to the whole?
I did. I listened to it from front to back.
I've been listening to it since Friday.
And then I replayed it, and then I replayed it again. So you obviously know.
I'm gonna ask you what you think about the music first. What you think about the beats?
I was actually like fucking feeling the beats. Like I liked it a lot. It was different.
You think
it was different? It felt different.
You think? Because I heard somebody review it, and they said it was a little too pop for them. What do you think about that?
It does have like a more like poppy feel to the beats, but with that being said, I still think Dre did a phenomenal fucking job. I think.
Yeah, I thought it sounded good.
I mean,
I think if you wanted something that was close to Doggy Style, that wouldn't be right, because why would you make the same album?
Why?
You know?
Exactly. And,
So-
and you know what? And you have to look at it like this too, that Snoop's not making just an album for his name, and Dre's not just making an album for his name. They did it together. They came
Right.
together as
Even though
like
I think Dre is only on like 3 of the songs as far as like rhyming.
right, but you know he made all the fuck.
Yeah,
he was
but he did the music.
Yeah, he was the producer
He was the
and everything
overseer of the
behind it.
music.
But putting his
I
name
thought
on
it
with
sounded
Snoop,
great.
I thought it sounded great too, dude. I think it's like the third song on there. It's called "Thank You" or something like that. Dude, when that motherfucker kicked off, bro, I was fucking just like,
I
fuck,
like all
did
of
it.
it. Even the ones that you would say is kind of commercial. People only say commercial because it got singing on the hook. I mean,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
we've been-
you're right. And they did. They had
we've
like
been
Tom
programmed
Petty.
to think like that. But I'm not gonna lie. The song with Tom Petty,
Yep, that was good, dude.
It's jamming.
It's jamming.
that.
And then Snoop following up with his singing skills. Like, get the fuck
And the
out of
song
here.
with Jelly Roll.
Yep. All of it, dude. I think the whole CD was it was magical, man.
The whole
And-
CD is. You only hear Snoop sound like that. The way he rhyming, his rhyme patterns, his voice, when he over Dr. Dre beats. So
yes, and that's
it's-
bringing the old school shit back out. You
Yeah.
know, that's why I said as soon as it kicked off, I was like, boom, back in the fucking.
Because I hit a few people. I'm like, y'all heard this Snoop Dogg? And my boy, he like, man, this is bananas. I was like, yeah, man, I've been playing it. Because you know how you hear something, you like, I don't know. Let me listen to it again just to make sure I'm listening to
Are you feeling it really?
Listening to what I'm listening to.
Yeah.
But yeah, these, I guess you would call them old school. These old school cats over 50, they've been getting it in these past few years.
And that's like I said, man. That's going across the board. That's not even just in hip hop. That's like fucking everywhere, dude.
Yeah, you
everywhere.
was telling me that, and that
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, you was telling me that. That's a good thing.
And it's a good thing. It is. And the reason why it's a good thing is because I think we've talked about this since the show started. It's just showing that the old cats still got it, no matter what genre they're from. Dude, they can fucking drop it, and it's still like, holy shit, you know, like,
I
oh my
think
god.
hip hop is the only genre that they write people off after 30. I think every other genre, the rock and rollers, the reggae artists, they all make music in their 60s and 70s, and
Yeah.
people love it. But hip hop artists, they tend to write them off after a certain age. I don't know why, but
I think
I
it's
think
just
they-
because
I
they
think-
feel like they're not hungry anymore.
I think that's going to change with this wave of 90s and I guess 80s artists too,
Yeah.
putting out not just putting out music, but the music is dope. Is better than a lot of stuff we listen to now.
Dude, it's fucking fantastic, dude. It's fucking awesome, dude. I love it.
Yeah.
I do. And you know what? And for all those like naysayers that are like, oh, this is just a phase or whatever. No, it's not. It's
No,
actually
no.
not a phase. It's just
These are trained professionals.
yes, trained
they
professionals.
doing what they
that
do. though.
they know
You don't
what the
just-
fuck
you
you're
don't
doing.
just get in the studio. You don't just get in the studio for a week and come out with this type with
No,
this sound and this type
no,
of music. You can
no.
tell they not just writing anything. They taking their time with it to make
And,
sure
and
that
I
it's
love
right.
it when they bring that to the light. And what I mean by that is even on this new album with Dre and Snoop says it in one of his songs. You think I fell off, but I was really inside working on my shit. So
Yeah.
he didn't fall off. He's been in that cave working his ass off, and the music comes out and it shows. You know,
What
like,
you think about Guns and Smoke? I think that's the name of the
oh
song.
my
with
god, I was
50
just
Cent
like,
and
yes, I was fucking loving it.
Eminem.
Of course, but I also just love the hook. Like I was fucking as it was
they
like
use the Biggie Smalls.
yeah, dude,
sample.
and it was just just the Guns and Smoke, man. Just
I didn't even know that was 50 Cent rapping when I first listened to it. Then I listened again.
you had
Dog,
to,
he-
yeah.
He changed up the way he on here rapping.
Yeah, I like I said, like I was waiting for it, and then I'm like, I thought he said 50 was on there, and you're right, like it sounded different. You know,
The album is dope, but Method Man stole the show. That verse,
holy fuck, holy
man,
yeah.
that Method Man verse, he spazzed out on that.
dude, it's like
That's what I'm talking about.
like
But,
he had a lyrical seizure.
yeah, he got busy on that.
He got fucking
that's-
busy and down.
That's why the more you know it's good. It's good music because the more you listen to it, the more you like it. You
Yeah.
catch different things. So I listened to it today too while I was riding. And I listen to that, and then I listen to the Ice Cube again. That Ice Cube is off the chain too.
I gotta still get to that one. I have been slacking.
You gotta sit with that. I've been sitting with that. I've been listening to that Common and Pete Rock a lot.
That's another way. You know, I have admit I have not yet checked that one out yet, and I still have to because it is in my. It is in my little setup for me to listen to, and I just obviously do with everything that's happened.
You won't love it.
I've been even feeling bad that like we've just haven't been able to really sit down and record just because dude. I mean, my son has taken a lot of energy.
Oh yeah, well you got a newborn, so you gotta expect to have some time away from doing what you do. You dealing with a newborn.
So and I guess to our fans that have actually been listening to even though we haven't released like an episode in about a month, thank you guys for still even going back and replaying the episodes that we already have out. I mean, that's fucking awesome.
We still here. We just take care of personal things. We still
personal
here.
Shit. You always got to take your personal life to the T because. You don't want shit to fall off in a different and wrong way, and getting
like
no
I said,
sleep.
You got a newborn, so
getting no sleep has been my issue for a while. I think that one day I was so pumped to like record, and then like the end of the day came, and I was just fucking exhausted. Like
it be like that sometimes.
It does, dude.
You have energy in the daytime, and then when the evening comes,
it's
sometimes
like
it just comes down on you.
You crash in that brick wall, you crash that brick wall, and you're like, "Fuck, I can't muster the energy."
Yeah, now we talked about a lot of artists that dropped. Who would you like to see come out with something new that we haven't heard of? We didn't really talk about that Busta Rhymes. I don't know if you heard it, but I went back and was listening. I went back and listened to it a few times. I like it.
I didn't. I only got to hear the singles, so I didn't even go back to listen to that album. That's another one I got to.
Yeah, that Busta Rhymes is nice. That intro, he on there being Busta, just doing what Busta do.
Honestly, bro, out of all this, like all these artists like firing up shit, the one person I would like to see actually come back with an album that is like his first one. And you already know this because I put this only album. It's the one album that is like in my top 5, even though his other albums are good, but they're not as good as his first. And that's Fitty. I would like to see a fucking Get Rich or Die Trying type CD from him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would think. Yeah. I think the world would like to see that one. But time.
I don't think 50 has the hunger that he had 20 years ago.
Well, he doesn't, but he's also.
You never know. He could always find the inspiration to make something like that.
He could, but he is also busy with doing like Power,
his TV shows,
and all that kind of shit. So his creativity is going in a different route.
If Dre or Eminem got him in the studio for about 3 weeks or a month, they could get it out of him. But like you said, he seemed like he moving around doing a TV show. And
I think that's where all of his energy is going right now, which hats off to him for that, too, because it's a good show, man. Like, Power, that's a fucking...
I'm the only person that hasn't seen Power. I might have watched 1 or 2 episodes. I just never got into it. You know what I'm saying?
Get into it, bro, because there's so many different books now and chapters.
I got into the spinoff, though. Kanan. I got into that one.
Yes, that's a good one.
I got into that, and BMF is really not a spinoff, but it's one of his shows. So I've been watching BMF too. So I watched a few of his shows, but
the one character I really love off of like Power is Tommy, obviously, because he's just like a fucking, I don't know. He just reminds me of me growing up.
Now he got his own show, right? I heard he had his own spinoff show.
They did. So the chapters. So what it is, it's like Power Book 2 or Power Book 3, Chapter 3.
Okay.
So like each episode that's like considered would be a spinoff. It's just the tale of that character in his own, like in his own chapter. You know what I mean?
How was the spinoff? Do you like it?
Yes, I thought they did. I thought he did a really good job.
Now is he putting music? I know they got music in the show. That's the silly question, but is he doing like soundtracks to these TV shows or no?
No, that's the thing. Like he may play like one of his songs here and there, but I mean,
not really nothing new.
No, and that's the thing. Like you would think that maybe this would be a prime opportunity for him to like drop some new shit because
He's just really focusing on
yeah,
TV.
dude,
He
no,
ain't
yeah.
thinking about being in the studio.
I don't think he even really gives a fuck right now about that end. And you know what? Hey, like I said,
well, I know he just came off tour. I know he was on tour. I think over the summertime he did some type of. It was an international tour or something.
Maybe we'll see that. Maybe we'll see that album still. You know, you never know. But hats off to him either way because, you know, he went through all that shit. What was that, like 7 years ago, where he had to like file bankruptcy and fucking all that kind of shit. And
I didn't know that.
he got hit, man. He got hit with back taxes and shit, and basically
sometimes you got to regroup and start over.
And that's what he did.
It's part of life.
And you know what? He did it, man. He fucking started over. He wrote the first, season of Power, and it fucking was a hit. People loved it.
Now he got about 10 TV shows running.
So hats off to him. He's doing shit in other ways. Running. But I would like to see one last fucking good fucking just fuck you album. You know,
just get in the studio and focus. Focus strictly on his album
and let that motherfucker rip.
It'd definitely be dope.
But that's where I would say that for me. That would be this motherfucker's calling me right now, and I cannot answer because we're recording. Anyways, I shut it off.
But
So I would like to see that, but if it does, can you hear the beeping? Because it might pick up on the recording, but whatever.
No, I can't hear nothing. No, I'm good. I can't hear it.
I think this is gonna work phenomenal, by the way, because you are in your own. Even though you're coming off of my phone, you're in your own line. And then I'm in my own line, like if you were inside the studio, you know.
Yeah, so like the times that we can't get together and record, we can just
do this, right here,
do the remote. We can do the remote recording.
And I'm not gonna lie, Duke. I'm not gonna lie, Duke. Lil G's feeling like I want to throw the drum set on with stick kicking beats, but I'm not gonna. Because I could. Like, you haven't seen it since you've been here last, but now I'm up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 set. 18 piece set, yeah. And I'm fucking ripping it.
That's what's up.
Yeah, it's been.
I know it's been a while since we recorded. You remember your artist that I gave
you? I do, and we will bring that up on the time that it is time to switch. But I did. You obviously, I remember, and obviously, I'm ready to rip on that when we get to that point.
Because I had, I knew I was gonna forget.
You had Echo.
I had Echo, and then we had.
Token.
Together we was going to do Token, right?
Yes.
I was about to say Token.
Yeah,
right,
Hey, like the game? I love that fucking game. The Tekken. But yeah, I do have my artist. I am ready to, once we get to that point, I'm ready to, obviously we already know what the answers on all that is going to be because you can't fuck with that shit. That's like the original shit,
But one thing about you having to research DOC is he only made one album. So only had one album to listen to.
And then once again, to recap for the people that like come in a little bit later, yes, I understand that Duke's giving me an artist that maybe I should have already known, but if you forgot,
that's not true.
I guess it's not true.
You said you start listening to if you start listening to hip hop in the late '90s,
it was a lot later. He was already gone through his ordeal. Like there was no, he wasn't even making music anymore by the time I fucking came across. So,
but he was still helping out Snoop and Dre, and helping them write and stuff. He wasn't actually putting out albums in '99. I actually think he put out an album called Helter Skelter with his voice the way it is after the accident.
But it just didn't. It didn't.
I don't. Just because of how his voice was, I don't think people really.
Yeah, I don't think so either. And
I listened to it though.
I mean, he tried to give it a shot though. You know what I mean? Yeah. With everything that Now,
I listened to it. It ain't. I mean, yeah.
What's the full story though behind what happened? Did he get shot, or was it an accident?
No, he was in a car accident. He was in a bad car accident.
Okay.
I believe he said he was in an accident and he flew out the front window.
Oh yeah, well that will
he was
do
in a
it.
bad car accident.
That will do it.
Yeah.
Yep, that will do it.
He said he had been drinking. I think he said he had been drinking heavily. So.
Yeah, unfortunately, man, that's something that you can't do anything about, and it's something that just comes out of nowhere, and it happens. You
got to check out his interviews. His story is definitely a great story about just persevering after some traumatic happened to you. You know, because that's his voice was his instrument. That's how he made his money. You know,
absolutely.
and he lost it. So not all the way, but it just wasn't.
It wasn't.
It wasn't what it was.
Yep.
Yeah.
And and I was gonna say, like, as an artist myself, and like when I think about shit like that sometimes, because I smoked for my whole fucking life, so sometimes I'm like, oh man, what if I get throat cancer and I'm not be able to, you know what I mean? I won't be able to do the shit that I do.
Right.
But I do have backup shit just in case I got my drums that I can. I don't need to talk to play the drums.
But yeah, that should be a lesson to everybody. You gotta take care of yourself out there.
Yeah, and I don't smoke anymore, so obviously I decided that. Well, I vape, but I don't smoke the nicotine that has fucking 7,000 different fucking chemicals in one cigarette.
Is that many in there? That's ridiculous.
Dude, that's what and it got to the point.
I've never been a smoker, so
it got to the point where you see those fucking commercials and you're like, oh fuck, that won't happen to me, but.
When they show people with the holes in their throat.
Yeah, that or like one that was probably gonna be me next was the heart one, where the dude's like, I never thought smoking would give me a heart attack at 40.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was like, starting to have like pain in my chest, and like I told my wife, and she's like, yeah, because you won't quit smoking. Quit smoking, I guarantee it's gonna go away. And yeah, it fucking went away as soon as I fucking quit smoking cigarettes.
If you was able to quit, how long has it been since you smoked?
Dude, I started smoking cigarettes when I was 9.
I mean, how long has it been since you quit though?
Oh, now it's going on since Austin. We found out my wife was pregnant again with my son.
Okay, maybe like a year.
Almost a year now. Yeah.
So you said you started smoking at 9 years old?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
And I went all the way up to I was 30, and then my wife told me that we were gonna be having my daughter. I'm sorry, 30. I was 32 when Jessica was coming.
Oh, you said you stopped when your daughter was born, not your son.
Yeah, not my son.
Oh,
my
I thought
daughter.
You said your son.
No. My first time that I quit was with my daughter, and then I broke my ankle 2 years ago.
Back.
And I got really depressed, so I started smoking again, because I couldn't walk,
You know what? It's that's one of the things that I know is hard for people to quit. Because I had people in my family that tried for years. They went back and forth, like you said, stopped for maybe months. Went back
tough.
As soon as something happened, they get stressed out and they stop.
Yep, and then they go back, and then they go back because they got stressed out.
He smoked. I think he started when he was a teenager, and he finally quit. Probably 5-6 years ago, so it can be done. I know it's not easy.
It's not easy.
So he smoked for over 50 years.
But
so I know,
you know what though? It's
never too late to quit.
Never too late, and then you think about shit like
if you think about it, like damn, smoked for 50 years. Wow.
And then just say one day I'm not doing this anymore.
But yeah, he had he had reasons why he quit, but just the fact that he quit, because some people. They do have health scares and reasons why they should quit, but they never quit.
They never do it. They never do it.
You have older people not even older people that's addicted on ventilators still smoking cigarettes.
Still smoking. That's the ones that blow up because they go and light the fucking cigarette.
Still trying to smoke.
And then they try to light that shit.
It got to be a hell of an addiction
if you're willing to blow up.
It got to be a hell of an addiction if you got an oxygen tank next to you.
You don't give a fuck. You're like, fuck, I'm going to go in. I'm doing it.
That guy, that's a hell of an addiction right
there.
Hell
yeah, that motherfucker dedicated.
Mm-hmm.
Dedication on that one, because guess what, my friend? Me personally, I wouldn't be doing it.
Yeah. Props to you. You was able to quit. A lot of people can't do it.
And it is, man. It's one of those things that it's just so fucking rough. But
I'm just glad that's one of the habits, bad habits that I never picked up. Man.
You know what?
Not only is it a health habit as far as your health, it's an expensive ass habit.
It is nowadays. Yeah, nowadays.
$20 for a pack of cigarettes.
Yeah, nowadays. What? Yeah. Back when I started smoking, you could get them out of a fucking vending machine at the Venice restaurant. Right? For less than that, it was like $1.50.
Yeah.
$1.50 for a
Wow.
pack of cigarettes when I was 9, and then when I turned 18, they were like $3.50 a pack. And
9 years
then,
old, you still developing
yeah, I
your
know.
mind and everything.
I fucked
That's
up,
crazy.
but it
No,
wasn't.
I'm not. I ain't judging you. I'm just saying.
No, I know.
I'm sure there's a lot of people that got that same story. So the fact
Well,
that you was able to quit is that's a good thing. That's
for you
great.
young ones out there, when your brothers, they start stealing your fucking allowance money to buy cigarettes, and then one of them forces you to smoke, so you
But a lot
can't.
of us, we grew up and see older people around us doing stuff, and we think it's cool.
Well, yeah,
And then
but
we get grown and realize that it ain't cool.
no, but my brothers actually forced me to smoke with them, so I couldn't rat them out, and then I got addicted. So.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? It was like one of those, like, you're gonna, so that way you can't go to mom and say, hey, they're smoking. Because that's what I would have did. They took my money, man, all my fucking quarters that I was saving up in my little piggy bank. Motherfuckers robbed me of that shit, and then they made me smoke with them. Yeah.
But that was part of the culture in the 80s and 90s. People
Fuck yeah, dude.
cigarettes. I was in high school with people smoking cigarettes, so I mean it is what it is.
But the thing is getting out of it, and that's where I'm at now, and I'm trying.
Yeah,
I think my wife kind of saying like, look, dummy, if you keep smoking those things, your chest is never gonna stop. So when she kind of said that, and then I went back, and I was like, 2 weeks after I quit, the chest pains subsided tremendously. I was like,
right.
Damn, she's right.
That's good. That's good. You had somebody. She put her foot on your neck.
Yeah, well, she in the nursing field. She's a nurse, so she sees that shit, and she knows, when motherfuckers are at that point where like, look, you need to quit, or you're gonna have a fucking issue bigger than what you can be able to handle.
Right.
And that was at the case of that. So now I'm here. Now I'm good. Now I'm fucking. I don't have the chest pains. I do vape still, but it's like I said, man, it's a totally different feeling for me. Even still,
but vaping is still nicotine, right?
It's nicotine, yes, and that's.
Okay.
I mean, I need my nicotine, but I don't need the 7,000 chemicals that goes with it with the cigarettes. Like I don't need all that other shit.
I got you.
Which I think is what in the end like really fucks with somebody's body. Like it's not just the nicotine fucking with your body. You're inhaling rat poison and fucking cyanide and all this other shit on top of it. Of course you're fucking gonna have a heart attack. So, that's where we end up with that.
It's funny we talking about cigarettes. I'm trying to think. Have I ever seen a rapper smoking a cigarette? And I haven't. I'm sure some rappers have smoked or do smoke. I just never seen.
Here's one.
I'm
gonna throw one at you right now. I know he smokes a shitload, and you wouldn't be able to tell.
Ooh.
Jelly Roll. That motherfucker smokes like he's fucking.
Is he a rapper or a singer?
He's both. He's singing.
He's kind of both. Okay,
yeah.
okay.
But the dude's big. Like that motherfucker is huge, and he's still smoking, and he can bellow like it's fucking like it's nothing.
Yeah, his voice don't sound like he smoked, right?
No.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Have I ever seen a rapper smoking a cigarette?
Yellow Wolf's another. He's a smoker.
Most of them smoke weed, but I've never seen a rapper smoking a cigarette. Like I said, I'm sure there's some out there that do. I just haven't seen it.
They just
on
don't
camera.
talk about it, or do it like as like in like metal or country. It's like, it's
But
in their music.
Because rappers talk about everything else. They talk about drinking, smoking weed.
Yes,
Some
they
of them
do.
talk about doing drugs. So
Yep, but they don't. They don't drop the smokes.
Yeah, I have never heard. I'm sure it went over my head, but I don't think I heard a rapper
I was watching
saying it in their rhymes or watching one in an interview with a cigarette in their hand.
I was watching an interview with Yellow Wolf, and he went to go spark up, and they were like, "No, you can't smoke in here." And it was on Drink Champs. On Drink Champs.
Weed or cigarettes?
The cigarettes on Drink Champs.
Oh, that's right.
He went to go blaze up a cigarette, and they're like, "You can't smoke cigarettes."
I remember
he's like, "What the fuck?"
Telling them.
Yeah, he's like, "What the fuck you mean I can't smoke?" And they're like,
"But
no.
you can smoke weed and drink."
Yep, but you can't. The cigarette smoke damages.
And you can drop acid in it, but you can't smoke cigarettes.
Yep, but yeah, I think it's the cigarette smoke fucks with the recording equipment or something. I don't fucking know.
Oh, maybe I don't know nothing about cigarette smoke. I mean, like I said, I grew up around people that smoked,
but yeah, he got shut down. He was like,
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember watching the interview.
So
and
there
they
you
told
go.
him that he couldn't smoke. So you're right. It might have something to do with the recording or
But
maybe
yeah,
maybe it's just the smell and the smoke all in people's faces while they sitting there recording.
That could be too. I don't know.
I wouldn't want no cigarette smoke blowing in my face while
Hell
if
no.
you sitting down for 2 hours.
I used to be a
recording.
smoker, and I wouldn't want them blown in my face. Like, you know, like even just because you smoke doesn't mean you like it blowing in your face, you know?
Right.
Like, I like to inhale it and blow it out, but I don't like if a motherfucker's just blowing it right in my face. Like, come on, bro. Blow that shit somewhere else.
I just think that's it's kind of funny that, you know, you got these rappers, they let you know everything they doing, but I've never seen one in a video, or like I said, if I have it, went over my head with a cigarette in their mouth or in their hand. So
no,
I thought that's interesting.
So at this point, though, bro, I do want to do one little thing before we get into like the actual artist swap part. Rose, I wanted to go out and say thanks to Rose for giving a little shout out. Token was very interesting. Like, I never heard of him.
Shout out to Rose. Token was actually dope, to be honest with you.
I never really even came across him. So, you know, with her little text to the number, you know, she said go ahead and check him out. And that's another thing people don't forget, man. You can always put your 2 cents in. Like, we are okay with it. Please click the send a text message, and all you got to do is just follow the prompt.
To remind them, just remind them where they can send a text or email.
Yeah, and it's in when they pull it up. And when they pull up Artist Swap Talk Shop, no matter how you get there, if it's YouTube, SoundCloud, our webpage, whatever, as soon as you click on like play episode, right underneath it says send us text, and you click on that, and you can type whatever you want to us.
So they can go to YouTube, Spotify.
Doesn't matter. Else? Yep, doesn't matter. The SoundCloud, fucking.
SoundCloud. Okay.
Yep, Spotify, SoundCloud, fucking free FM radio app that we're on. Doesn't matter. So I guess it doesn't matter what platform you go to, as long as when you go to that episode and you press play, you'll notice right underneath it, it'll say like send us a text. And they can just click on that, and then they can send it right through that. No matter what platform you're on, it's connected to all of them. So
it's connected to all platforms.
Yeah, all platforms. And you could just click on it and send a little shout out or whatever you guys want to say. You want us to check out an artist? We'll check out an artist. You want to just tell us you like our show? Tell us you like our show. Whatever the fuck it is you want to say. You can send us a text, and we'll go ahead and read it. I definitely will.
And we'll try our best to get to the artist.
Yes, and the first one to kick it off was Rose, and thank you, Rose, for suggesting that. Because I like I said, the only reason I think me and her, she was did you ever, because Echo was an artist that me and her were talking about on the side.
Okay.
And then she said, well, how can I suggest an artist? I said, well, you could just send a text. And then she suggested Token. So thank you for that.
I went down and listened to his playlist on Tidal, and I like him. I liked him. He was on there rhyming. I mean, you can tell he wasn't just putting stuff.
No, yeah, he's smart.
He took his time and put his lyrics together, because he was rhyming, and it sounded good.
And he also looks like one of those.
I'm always a fan of somebody that got lyrics that's saying something. So.
And it looks like he's another independent type rapper too, because it was kind of hard. Like, I typed him in, but like you had to. I
think I kept typing the wrong name, the wrong spelling of the name in.
Yeah, and that.
I got a couple Spanish artists when I was typing it in.
I remember you saying that.
Spanish artists. Yeah.
You're like, who the fuck is this?
But yeah, when I finally got him, I listened to him. I went down his playlist, some of the songs. I forgot the name of the album.
But he was like, I did what you
nice.
said. I just put on like a playlist of him and just let it go.
Yeah, he was nice.
It was nice. I did. And thank you, Rose, for that, because there was definitely something that me and Duke both looked into. And, and so you get your shout out, Rose. Your shout out is right now, Artist Swap Talk Shop. Hats off to Rose. We tip it to you, ma'am.
Yeah, that was definitely a good look. I'm always interested in hearing artists. I'm not gonna say new, but just hearing artists that I never heard of. And just to see what they sound like. And he definitely don't sound like the stuff that you hear on the radio. So that's a good thing.
And that's why I think too. Like, I think he's that he flies that independent Bro, I would have to
you
look.
can tell he's somebody that care about. He care about hip hop. He ain't just.
He gives a fuck
out.
about how he's saying things. He cares about how he writes it, and he's not lazy, and you can tell when he gets into it. So, for you other people out there that want to go ahead and look into him as well, go ahead. Rose, you left us a little present, said check out Token, and now we're gonna go ahead and say check out Token as well, because you know what, he was definitely a good listen. So that's now in the ears of you guys, our fans that listen to the show. Take the time, listen to
and
a little Token.
And the spelling was Token, I believe, right?
Kken, I think, like Tekken, but Token. Or maybe you're right. Maybe it's the 1K. I can't remember off the top of my head. But it's either Token or Tokken.
I think it's 1K, but I could be wrong.
I could be wrong too, my friend.
I kept putting the wrong spelling in, but yeah.
But you would know probably a little bit more just because you had a lot more trouble finding it than I did. So I'm going to listen to you on this one. It might be the 1K on that. You might want to listen to Duke on this one.
And so the artist that I gave you was DOC.
Yes.
I took you back to 89.
And I was fucking loving it. God damn,
Dre
man.
Dre did the whole album. He did the whole album.
Well, you can tell that part, but his DOC, his flow, his style, I mean, dude, that's original shit right there. You cannot say that's not, because that's.
He was doing some everything on that album. He was. They call it patois when they rapping in reggae. He was doing some. He had about 5, 6. I don't even know how many styles. He flipped a lot of styles on that album.
He flipped a lot of different shit on that album.
He was rhyming fast, rhyming slow.
Which is dude, that's like where you like kind of start feeling like, fuck, man, if that guy never had that accident, the shit that he would have.
When you first listen to DOC, what do you think he's from? What does he sound like he's from?
Well, he sounds West Coast to me. Automatically.
You think so?
Automatically, yeah.
He sounds like he's from the East Coast to me, just the way he was rhyming. He don't rhyme like nobody out west to me.
But
see, that's interesting you say that. See how we got you say he sounds like he's from the West Coast?
Yeah, he does. To me, he does. But, you know.
He actually from Texas, though. He's from neither.
So he's from neither.
He's from neither.
So how did he end up with Dre and them?
I think he said he met Dre at a hip hop party or something down in Texas. Something like that.
Okay. So they kind of like crossed paths, and they.
But yeah, he not. You notice he don't talk about the stuff like Ice Cube and them talk about.
No, he doesn't.
Like
and then you know
the
what?
Cars and the lifestyle, because he's not from out there.
No, he's not. And that I never knew that, but now I do. I didn't know he was from Texas. I thought he was I thought he was from California, just not like far west as like Dre or Snoop. You know.
Nah, he's from Texas. He's not even from California. He just linked up with them and he know how to write. So.
Well, that obviously happened a long fucking time ago when they linked up, because I mean,
him and Ice Cube. They basically created Easy. You know, they did all the writing for Easy.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like they must have like met a long time ago in high school somehow. Because
I don't know when they met, but I know it was probably like the late 80s.
I mean, if they were writing for Easy, dude, that's like them coming right out of like high school going into college and shit. I mean, they tell the story of like when you watch NWA. I mean, Ice was still on a bus writing.
Oh yeah, Ice Cube. I think he was like probably the youngest one. He was in high school.
But still, that's even. I think that's their little time frame is like say Cube was a senior, maybe DOC was like a junior in fucking college. I don't know. You know, I'm just saying.
Either, yeah.
But it's got to be around that time. So. But yeah, dude, it's just one of those things you think to yourself.
What do you think about him as an MC?
As an MC, of course, his writing isn't lazy, as his styles aren't lazy, like you just said. He can drop fucking different styles, like it was fucking like it just like here. Let me like picking out clothes. Which one do I want to put on for this song? You know what I mean? Like he could just fucking pick it out, like it was like his. It didn't matter. Like he had it all just in his closet hanging out, but it's all different styles. What style do I want to put on with this song? What style do I want to go with this song? So he's an MC, dude. Like that motherfucker. Yeah. Like I said, it's a sad thing to know that he would never be able to take that one CD that
bless us again with another album.
Yeah, man. And like you said, he tried, But obviously,
that
you
was
know,
with the voice
yeah,
after the accident, though.
yeah,
Yeah,
which
the raspy voice. So.
he tried to see if it would catch, and it didn't. But
Mm-hmm.
you know, maybe along the lines it could catch a little bit better because I mean, look at DMX. He had a very raspy, like, you know,
Yeah.
but his voice is a little bit different. I would have to imagine from an accident.
What you think about the beats on the album?
The beats, obviously, I love, but you know, that's old school beats too. Like you could tell that shit is from that time frame.
Yeah, I think that's '89.
Yeah,
so
you could
80s,
definitely tell that the beats are from that time. But dude, that's one thing that you can't like. Drake knows how to like make beats no matter what era or what, you know, what
I was about
decade.
to say that. I said you can put that in the car right now and bang it, and it still sounds good.
It sounds
It don't
good.
sound like it's from 1989.
No,
though.
but it's just that you just know, like. You just know, you know what I mean. Like like when even now, let's say you take Dre's beats that he made for the DOC album, right? And then you take Dre's beats like for his newest album with Snoop, dude. You're still got that same style, but it's like everything he puts in there is just a little bit different, but it's the same.
It's upgraded now. It's different.
But like I said, man,
I'm sure now he got more technology to work with now than he had back in '89.
Oh fuck, you know it, dude. Like your
technology is different.
Technology changed tremendously since the time he started to where he's at now. But
I don't think digging in the crates play out though. You know what I mean? Trying to find records, good songs to sample and all of that. I don't think that'll ever play out. So
no,
yeah,
they won't.
I'm glad you liked it because I know you said you just started listening to rap like in the late '90s. So that's
now.
Why I said,
Don't get me wrong. I've always known about DOC. I just never really.
I'm sure you heard his name.
Yeah. God, yeah. But I just never really like got into his music. Like I never really was like, let me go and because to be honest with you, I knew about how he got into an accident. I didn't know what exactly happened to him, but I knew that he had something that happened that fucked his vocals up. So I knew that he wasn't.
I'm sure most people that's into hip hop have heard the story by now.
So it's like
30-some years ago.
You know he's got that one album, but I never went and listened to it until you brought it to my attention, and now
like
I did.
said, you can put that album in your car right now.
Fuck yeah,
because
I did.
I did.
No, they're like, "What the fuck are you listening to?"
Not the way that sound. I'm telling you.
So that was definitely a good artist to give. And obviously, you know my styles, and I was gonna fall in love with it.
Yeah.
But you know, since we're already bringing up the artist, because I mean we're already almost on 45 minutes here. You got obviously a chance to check out Tech Nine's little finding of Echo, right?
Yeah, I didn't know Tech Nine found him, but yeah, I listened to Echo. He
didn't find him. He's putting him out like on his music right now, so he's finding him now. But
he's on Strange Music.
He did a song with Tech, so you know I told you that.
He's doing songs with him.
Well, Tech starts off. Here's how Tech works. He starts off by like writing songs with somebody, and then if he likes the way that goes, then he might bring them into the family.
No, this dude is dope. This dude was rapping his ass off. I was jamming him for a minute. Echo, that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah, Echo. Yep.
Yeah, he was on there. He was on there telling stories. He was on there just spitting. This dude is dope.
He's got it. He's definitely got it.
I was surprised you said he was signed. Well, not signed to Tech Nine, but messing with him because he don't sound like a lot of that camp sound. To be honest with you.
No, it doesn't. No, he don't.
He don't sound like them.
No,
that's why I was surprised you said that. But I was feeling it.
I think Tech came across him obviously they did because they have a song together now on Echo's newest album. So that's what I was saying. I think he might be making a switch to Strange. I don't know.
What's the name of the albums you told me to check out?
The one
that's why I started at. The name is called
for Echo. Oh, Detour.
Yeah.
The Detour albums.
Not Detour. It's called.
Yeah.
I thought it was.
No, it's a Detour. There's Detour 1. There's Detour 2. And there's like Detour 3. The Detour.
Okay, Detour.
Yeah,
But
the Detour
okay.
CD, the first one, I think, is the one
I
that
think
got
I went
me.
backwards. I think I started. Okay, I think I.
But
okay,
after listening to them, like once I got into like all the rest of them, like yeah, I mean the Detour though was the one.
he got some stuff though. Yeah,
That was the one that put the
feeling it.
red flag up for me. Like, hey, you need to
I
look
think I
further
listened
into
to.
this guy.
I think I was really feeling. I don't think it was the third one. I think it might have been the second one. I was really jamming
The
to.
second,
But yeah,
the
they
Detour
all sound
Tight.
good though.
The Detour 2 is what you're talking about. That was really good too. Is that the one you're
'cause
talking
one
about?
of them was saying one of them was called was a Detour like "fuck you" or something like that. It was.
Yeah,
it was
yeah, fuck off or some shit
yeah,
like that.
yeah,
It was
something like
different.
that.
Look
Yeah.
what I did. Fuck off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was a different album on top of it as well. That
But
one's
yeah,
in the middle.
Like I said, I like listening to artists that I never heard of. I just want to hear what they sound like compared to all the other stuff that you hear out. And you got some rappers out here really out here putting out good music. You just, I mean, if you're not really checking for new
You're not
artists, I
gonna
guess
know.
you
won't
won't
know.
really know unless you really into the, I don't want to say underground, but unless you really, because they don't have radio stations that play that music at night no more like they did. So
Yeah, they
you have to
don't.
really-
They're not like
you
they
have to
used
really
to,
check for
man.
new artists.
You
Yeah,
remember
not
that
like they
shit
used
when
to.
we were kids, man? You put on that fucking late night
at
radio
nighttime,
and
they give
fuck
you-
yeah,
At
dude.
nighttime, they're not playing no commercial artists.
And they're playing all the
underground
shit.
artists.
They're playing all the shit that was like swearing and stuff too.
They
like
playing all the
you-
stuff that
you
I
got-
wanted to hear at
Yep,
nighttime.
Yep.
'Cause that's when you get to hear who out here making records and who dope and who not.
And it's funny you say
we
that
don't-
shit, dude, because I used to sleep. When I was little, man, I was like, I'm talking like 5, 6. I would put my headphones on. I remember laying in bed and just like flipping through the channels, and then I would come across like either the heavy metal channel or the hip hop channel
Yeah.
at the time, and that's where I stayed. Even when I was 5, I would stay in between those. But then obviously, I started falling in love with metal, so that's the route that I would go at that time. But I remember back in the day just listening to late night fucking radio, midnight. Just got my headphones on. Like, holy
But you do
shit.
have Shade 45.
Yeah, I mean the streaming
and they play a
services
lot
are
of-
out
they
there.
play a lot of underground hip hop, but again, that's satellite. Everybody don't have satellite radio. So,
Yep. No, they
but
don't.
I noticed they play a lot of underground hip hop, so he might be getting airplay on there. I don't really listen to it a lot. So, but yeah, the Echo Echo was dope. I listened to a lot of that. Like I said, just his flow and the way he rhymed and the stuff he was rhyming about got my attention. So that was definitely a good one.
Yeah, it's funny too, bro, because I literally just came across Echo maybe like a month before I told you about him.
Mhm.
So, I mean, that's because I was listening to a Tech 9 album, and then when
Yeah.
because, my music, like if that album finishes, it just randomly starts picking music to play instead of
Mhm.
an album. So after it got done with Tech, Echo came on with one of his songs, and I'm listening to it. I'm like, damn, who the fuck is this? Like, this dude's pretty fucking good, And then I obviously went further into it, and then saw like just blown the fuck away. And remember, I told you like he's that little kid you never thought would be writing, because he even
Right.
talks about it in his songs. Like he's sticking up for those kids that were getting picked on all the time and shit. Like, and if you think about it really too, man, like a lot of these artists, their way of like getting back at shit, or their way of like releasing all the shit that has happened to them, is by writing these songs.
It's therapy. It's
therapy,
for 'em.
exactly. And they
Writing
do it.
and then probably performing it. I'm sure it's therapy.
It's
for 'em, so.
therapeutic. It's therapeutic. It gives them a purpose. It gives them a drive, and the hunger may be different as the years go on. Like the older an artist gets, but that hunger is still there. It's just it's aimed towards something different, and then
Okay.
it would be in the beginning.
Yep.
I mean, you could take any artist that has started off and then compare them to where they are now.
But yeah, most artists that start off, they don't have no money in their pocket. Then as time goes on, they blow up or whatever. They sitting on millions, so the hunger is going to be a little different. That's just human nature.
It's good, and you're right, and it is. So But
just
you know
human
what?
nature.
That was where we left off on our last episode, people. And once again, me and Duke, we apologize, but then again, you guys ought to understand that life happens.
Oh,
So
yeah,
you
we all
know,
good. Life
so
happens. We took a short break so
I do have
everybody can get their things together, get their ducks in a row, as they say. But we all good.
I do have an artist when now this kid now. Let me back this up because you've already heard maybe him, but you probably don't. Never really like listen to a full CD of his.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and introduce the one I want you to check out because he's actually on the latest Eminem album, and he's on one of his songs, and his name is Easy Mill. Okay?
Easy Meal.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
MILL.
Yeah, MIL, just one, and it's
MIL.
yeah,
Easy Meal. Okay.
Easy Space Mill. And let me tell you, dude, this dude's young, and I looked further into him because this is how I came across him. Obviously, with M's new album, he was on there. And then I looked into him, and I found out that he's the only artist out there right now that basically signed a deal with Shady Records.
Oh, he signed with them. Okay.
But then turned them down and walked away.
Okay, so he must have his own following.
He's got his own buddy, his like best friend, I guess. Right after he signed with Eminem, his best friend opened a fucking studio. It was like, look, just come with us.
So wait a minute, did he sign?
He signed with M, and then M graciously let him out of the contract, basically.
Oh, so he's not signing. That's what I'm saying. As of now, he's not signed.
He's signed to his he dropped Shady instantly after he signed with him, dropped Shady, and he's signed with his friend's company. Okay. But so he is signed. It's just basically now he's on his own instead of going through Shady. But Eminem basically was like, "You are the first person that I've ever had to tell me I just can't do the deal right now."
Okay. So you got to respect that.
You got to respect that, and M did. M gave him his blessing. He didn't hold the contract to him. And let me tell you, dude, I just went back and listened to this kid's fucking album because he's young, bro. He's like in his 20s, dude. And he's smart. And he's not even, this is the fucked up part, bro, and you're going to see. He speaks a language that isn't even fucking around anymore.
What you mean?
He's like fucking Filipino and Mexican or some shit, and he speaks like this foreign fucking language that is like tribal, and he throws it into his music, dude. It's fucking awesome. I love it. I think it's fucking genius. I think it's genius, tell you the truth.
Okay.
Now, he does it on one of M's songs, Head Honcho, because they call me the head. That's Easy Mill, and when he's fucking flowing in Spanish,
I think I remember the song. I'm gonna check it out.
He's actually like Filipino and Spanish mixed together.
So is all his music in Spanish or
no? But he does speak this like foreign language, and he does know how to speak Spanish as well. But he does speak this foreign language. You can look it up when you look up his name, Easy Mill. It will tell you that he's the only rapper out there that knows, and actually, like he's one of like, there's not so many people that know this language anymore. So he's like one of 100 people.
Yeah, I'm going to check it out then. Easy Mill.
Yes, sir. Easy Mill. Check that motherfucker out, dude. Obviously, for you people out there who are like, Eminem has him on his newest album. It's Head Honcho. The song's called Head Honcho. Easy Mill's on that one. But his CDs alone, just fuck. Now, you might come across one that you're going to press play, and I have to give you a heads up on this because you might be like, what the fuck's Matt got me listening to? Or Lil G's got me listening to? His metal, it's like a metal song that kicks off one of his CDs.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check.
If you start hearing metal and you clicked on Easy Mill, it still is Easy Mill. It's just you got to let it play through.
Okay.
But yes, that's my artist that I would like you to check out for next episode. Easy Mill, dude. He's a young kid that knows what the fuck he wants, man. He's not dumb.
Okay.
And you know me, I don't give a lot of props to these young kids that are just like basically starting off. But this kid, he's a smart motherfucker, man.
I'm going to check it out. Easy Mill.
Easy Mill. Yes, sir.
All right, I'm gonna go left on mine. I'm not
Okay.
gonna give you an artist. I'm gonna give you a group. I want you to check out the Far Side.
Okay.
And they from California.
I'm in on this because I was actually going to talk to you about this, and I was going to ask you, is groups allowed? Because I got a couple guys that are together that fucking are killing it, and I want to bring them up. But so this is great, awesome.
Groups are definitely allowed.
I accept the group, and what's it called again?
I'm the first one to give you a group.
Yes,
the Far Side.
Yes, and I'm excited that you're doing it because now I get to bring my boys to the table
That's
for the
Far
next
Side
one.
with a P. That's Far Side with a P.
Far Side with a P. I am on it.
P-H-A-R.
Okay.
P-H-A-R.
Sweet.
C-Y-D-E.
Fucking right, dude. I'm excited now.
And they only have 2 albums, so you don't have to. It's not a lot of digging. They only have 2 albums, as far as I know.
All
they
right,
might have
sweet.
some underground stuff, but as far as I think they only have 2 major label albums.
Wow.
To be Bizarre Ride to the Far Side and Lab Cabin, California. So
now, how many guys are in this group?
I think it's 4.
4 of them? Okay.
Don't quote me, but I think it's 4.
Well, to me, anything that's more than 1 is a group. So even if it's
4.
2.
Yeah, it's 4 of them. It's 4. It's 4.
I mean, even if it's 2 guys doing it, that's a group.
It's 4 of them. So I want you to check them out and see, because they different. When you think of West Coast artists, you think of first thing in your head is probably gangster rap. So they totally different. So I want you to check them out and let us know what you think.
Well, I am happy to say that I will check them out, sir.
Yep.
And on top of that,
and I know I'm gonna forget, so I'll text you later on and get the name. I know Easy Meal, but I'll probably forget about it.
That's all right.
We
already know you're gonna be like Easy stop sign.
Yeah, I got you.
But yes, we will dive into those. I got Far Side. You got Easy Mill. This is BaCk.
Those are the artists that we're swapping for next week.
And people,
you got a group.
And yes, first group introduced on Artist Swap Talk Shop is by my man Duke, and he gave me Far Side, and I can't wait to listen to it because I was literally going to ask you about that on this episode, is if groups or duels are accepted in the Artist Swap family.
Anything that has to do with hip hop. So
all right.
If you want to do a group, you want to do a duo.
Nice. I like it, dude.
So you want to do a trio, a solo artist. We just started off with solo artists, but it's all good. We can do groups too. So
well,
there you have it.
That is episode motherfucking 5 in the books, people. I'm LILg G and my man Duke, and this is episode 5 of what? Artist Swap and Talk Shop Show, and we are out. We are dropping our mics now. Everybody have a good night.
Peace.